for those of you who are not familiar with what shorts are YouTube's answer to TikTok. Short videos which are shot in portrait as opposed to landscape mode, and that's like that as opposed to like that. They have to be 60 seconds or less. The testing that I've done, and word on the street, is that considerably less than 60 seconds is better, because the shorter it is, the more chance you've got of people watching it through to the end, and therefore the better percentage watch time you've got. Now, there are some caveats around watch time which we won't go into now, but just try and hone your skills so that you can get your message across in I would aim for 30 seconds. If you overrun a little bit, then you've got 40 seconds. Try and do it absolutely no more than 50 seconds. In terms of uploading them to YouTube, it's exactly the same as any other video. The only thing is you should really try and keep your title down to less than 40 characters. That's because when the shorts are shown on mobile devices, which have a special place for them called the shorts shelf, there isn't very much room, so about 40 characters. At the end of the title, then, as I put at the bottom here, you can add the hashtag shorts, and that's in addition to those 40 characters. Custom thumbnail are not needed on shorts, and indeed, if you put a custom thumbnail on your shorts, then in the shorts shelf, which I'll point out in a moment, YouTube won't honor that custom thumbnail. It will just put any still that it thinks is the best frame from your shorts as the thumbnail to be shown in the short shelf. But I highly recommend that you spend some time on making a good thumbnail, because as we'll see later on, shorts also form part of the regular inventory and can be shown on the desktop, and can also be shown on a mobile, not in the shorts shelf, but in the regular video shelf. Now, that will all become clear later on, but just take it from me that even though you don't need a custom thumbnail, indeed a custom thumbnail won't be shown when your shorts is shown in the shorts shelf, it's a very good idea to have one, so please add one. To make YouTube recognize that your video is a short, then the recommendation is that you add the hashtag shorts into the title, description, and I would say tags as well. Strictly, this is not necessary. If you upload a video in portrait mode without putting any of those tags in, then YouTube should honor it as part of the shorts inventory. And I'll tell you what I mean by shorts inventory shortly. But as with all of these things, YouTube, it costs nothing to do it, so you may as well give it as many clues as you can that it's a short, and the best clue to do that is by adding the tag shorts in the areas where I've just mentioned. If you'd like more information about how to use shorts, then or how to create shorts, then if you go to tinycc.com/how-to-make-shorts, then that will take you to a video on my teaching YouTube channel that will tell you how to do it. It's a recording of a previous live that I did here, in fact. There you go, saves me saying it all over again. Okay, so quick recap then of where the shorts appear. So on a mobile device, there is a shorts shelf here called where the shorts videos appear. And as you can see, ideally there, they are in portrait mode. By ideally, I mean that they are 16:9. That's the best portrait shape, absolutely optimal portrait shape for the mobile devices. I've put on here that you could be there. You could. There is far less competition on YouTube's inventory for shorts videos. Of course, the more people like me are talking about them, and the more creators are cottoning on, the greater the competition. So if you're going to do them, the time would be now. Very easy to do. All you do is press record, do a short video, upload it. As you can see, some people there, this lady here has got, I think it's 3.3 million views, which is not too shabby. If you're interested in growing subscribers particularly, and I know people get obsessed about subscribers, We've talked about why they're not as important as people think they are, but nevertheless, you won't listen, you'll still want subscribers. So YouTube actually makes it very easy for people to subscribe because it puts a big red subscribe button on the shorts when it's played through the short shelf. So there you go. There's no other reason to produce shorts than getting subscribers would be a good reason. Hello, Perry. Right. So let's go into a bit more detail about what a short portrait mode means. Just to recap, this is landscape. This is 16:9. So it's aspect ratio, as they call it, 16:9. This is what's traditionally known as a portrait mode. It's the other way around. It's 9:16. This 1:1 is square, and I'll come back to that because square is turning out to be quite important. In fact, quite an opportunity. Let's have a look though at how the algorithm works and how shorts are displayed first, just so that you can understand a point I'm going to make in a moment about why we ought to be making shorts in a slightly different format to the way that many people are advocating. So in YouTube's database, there are actually two pools, two inventory sets. One of them is an inventory set which are shorts candidates. In other words, they are a set of videos which are in the format that are eligible to be shown on the shorts shelf. So I've indicated here that there's just a couple. Obviously, there's many more of those. In fact, I think it's 3.5 billion views a day or something of shorts at the moment. But there are certainly fewer shorts in the shorts inventory than there are in the regular inventory, which are the longer videos, which are in landscape format. So the reason for that is because I know since YouTube was invented, they've been telling us to do long videos in this format, and now they're saying, right, let's do short videos, please. So there aren't so many, therefore there's not so much competition, therefore opportunity knocks. But these look great when they're in 16:9 format. Sorry, 9:16 format, this format here, in the short shelf. They also look pretty good when they go into the regular shelf on your or the regular player on your phone. Unfortunately, when they go onto the desktop, as we'll see shortly, they look absolutely rubbish. It's horrible. They look really thin, really nasty, and people tend to bail. They tend to just say, I don't want to watch this. It doesn't look very good. I'm out of here, which kills your watch time, and it's not a good thing. If we look at the longer form videos, the ones which are in landscape, well, they never make it to the short shelf. So we've missed an opportunity there, which is why I'm encouraging people to make shorts. They, of course, look great in the regular player on the iPhone or on the mobile device, and they look fantastic on desktop. This here is the problem. If we could find something that looked good across all of those formats, then we would have better retention, we would have better opportunities to get in front of people, and therefore we'd get more views and all the other good stuff that follows. This is the problem. It looks very bad on the desktop when we make them look really good for shorts. However, here's something that's, I think, quite important, quite interesting. Square videos form part of the shorts inventory. Square videos form part of the shorts inventory, which means that they look okay on all platforms. They're not perfect on the desktop, but they look pretty good. They certainly look a lot better than 16:9, which means that you get more watch time and you'll get, therefore, more love from the algorithm. So my suggestion is that you start doing the shorts in the square format because they look good on all of the platforms. Make great thumbnails and also optimize the metadata. Again, that's something that a lot of people are saying is when you do shorts, do them in portrait and don't bother with the metadata, don't bother with the thumbnails. I'm saying do them in square format because as far as YouTube's concerned, and I've tested this and I'll show you in a moment, they are definitely considered part of the shorts inventory and they look good on all of the platforms. So there's the tip. I'll back it up with numbers in a moment. But I also want to explain the kind of lifestyle of videos, and short videos in particular, as to why, again, doing it in a square format is going to mean that the asset that you're producing has more longevity and is likely to serve you much better than doing them in portrait. So here's what happens when a video goes public. First of all, you swap it from private to public, and the algorithm will pick that up and it enters it into both the shorts and the regular inventories, if it qualifies for both. Now, landscape ones don't. They will only qualify for the regular inventory. Square videos, obviously the portrait ones, but square videos will go into both the regular inventory and they'll also go into the shorts inventory. So that's what we want. The algorithm will then pick up those videos, and there is a potential for the shorts ones, the short videos, which qualify for the shorts videos, to get sent to the short shelf, which is where you get the massive quick hit because of the fact that there isn't very much competition in shorts at the moment. But they also, longer term, get put into the regular database for the regular inventory. What's tending to happen with a lot of the shorts that are very successful, you know, the shooting stars, the ones that go viral, is because they're made in portrait format and that there isn't any other optimization, there's actually very little value within the video. They get a really good initial boost, but then they fall off, and then long term they're gone. If you do it this way, you'll get the boost because it's a short, but then you'll also see that later on, driver's failed, you'll also see that later on those videos continue. And I will show you in the Love Advice channel what's happening. So if I go in, we can see that the channel is building nicely. Had a nice little blip yesterday, but more importantly, if I go into reach, then we'll see that about 60% of the traffic to that channel has come from shorts in the short shelf. But more and more, they're starting to get picked up by browse features and suggested videos. Now, this is where the long-term longevity of the videos will come from. It's from being suggested and from the browse. Eventually, they're going to drop off of the short shelf. It's great because we've got a fantastic boost early on, and that's why I'm so passionate about telling people, advising people to do shorts to get that initial boost. But if you do them square, you optimize them, you make sure the thumbnails are good, the metadata is good, all the stuff that you know, or that I've been teaching at least, then long term these videos have a future. But it's nice to see growth, isn't it? And so every single video on here is a short. Every single video on here is a square short. So that's a message. Be there or be square, something like that, isn't it? Or be square.